Who wants to fly around in a giant robot? Who wants to teleport in a giant robot? Anybody want to get in a giant robot? I don't really want to get in a giant robot. But I guess I will. Giant robots are all the newest craze, I suppose. What might help if I actually pulled my chat window up? Wow. It'd be great if I could see what people were saying. It tends to be an important part of a stream, isn't it? Ooh, snowy. Snowy. But I'm not in the snow anymore. I'm in Celtic. Celtic. Go to the farmhouse. Talk to these people and ask them, hey, seen any army guys? You guys seen any army guys? Yeah, put the weapon away. They don't get any ass whoopings in this farmhouse. I don't think you want to tell them who we are. Restrictions on the railroad network. Yeah, that would be a problem. I think they're just bullshitting. I think they remember who we are. So I feel like this game is almost pulling what second chapter pulled, in that now that I know all these different areas, now it's having me go back through them again.
Let's get him. My turn.
Derpy Bird. I dubbed this Derpy Burp.
Ready to go. They're off balance. Got you. Down you go.
That's dead.
You nailed it, Reem.
Treasure chest.
Oh, a chest. I wonder what's inside.
White glasses. Fence block. Not really important. There we go.
Now's our chance. Let's
Tomato Man.
Now's our chance. Gotcha. Sure thing. Here I go.
Oh no.
Ready to go. My turn.
How could you do it to me, Tomato Man?
My turn. Now's our chance. Gotcha. You're done. You nailed it, Reem.
Wing Reach
Thanks.
level 2.
That was all you.
Gain breath. 60% chance to prevent status. It's actually not a bad effect. Means I don't really need immunity equipment on them. There's a pretty good chance they'll resist it anyway. Krista. Oh my lord. Green, you don't want to do it. Wait, so the objective's to go to Trista now and not Keldic. Yeah, Keldic is right here. That makes no sense. Go to Keldic first.
Let's get him. I'm up. Let's move. Ha! Ready to go.
God, that's probably the first place they'd expect you to go back to.
Let's get him.
Why would it be smart to go back to the place they're expecting you?
You nailed it, Reem.
Hey, what's up, Kefka? This is the episode where Reen turns into a complete dumbass. Let's go back to Trista, guys.
Let's wrap this up. Let's move.
Nice autocorrect. What did you actually say then? Did you not say welcome?
Now's our chance. Gotcha.
Your autocorrect is just like constantly at war with you. Sometimes it just doesn't work at all, and sometimes it makes you say completely different things.
My turn. Burn to ash. Fall. I'm up. 1, 2. Now. Got you. My turn. Ha!
Type yo-yo. Well, I mean, you're not too far off, I guess.
Here you go. Thanks. My turn. Disactivate.
That's not even
Not over yet.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's not, because he's gonna die.
Guess I pushed my luck.
Oh, my lord.
Yeah.
Toval, you idiot. And this, now he doesn't get XP because the thing's gonna die to poison.
Let's keep moving.
Oh, he still gets XP. Just for the other one dying and not for that one. Pathetic.
Oh, a chest. I wonder what's inside.
Field 2. I don't need to analyze. Magic evasion? Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. This is actually a brand new zone. None of this was in Cold Steel 1 because you couldn't go this way.
Let's get him. My turn.
Why can't Oh, they're not linked. Thought there was gonna be a forest stroll with a giant robot. Let's see a plain stroll with a human. Well, I'm assuming we're gonna go back to the forest and get Valimar. I don't think we're just gonna leave him sitting there for the rest of the game.
You're done.
At least I don't feel like we are.
Sure thing.
It seems like kind of a stretch to assume that we're not gonna go back and get Valimar.
1, 2. Here I go.
Good work, Mr. J. Very perceptive of you.
I'm up. Phew. That's that.
So at this point, I'm not entirely sure if I want to get Valimar back. I think I would rather leave him there for the rest of the game.
Let's get him. Let's move.
God, gamer.
There. Now.
They all these fancy graphics. They could at least make the true version look different.
I'm up.
We got fancy graphics now. We're supposed to be cool.
Sure thing. Let's move. There. Now's our chance. Gotcha. Sure thing.
As usual, though, I'm just asking too much. I want him to get the CP up. I'm not going to link attack. Oh, and then I get a miss. Nice. Real nice. There we go.
Sorry, that's it for you.
Give me more of an XP bonus. Counter attack.
It's my first time on this highway, actually.
Oh yeah? This area wasn't part of your field study then, I'm guessing.
Extra God Gamer that I noticed that we hadn't been here before, and then Reen says something about it. I can even predict the active voice lines.
Let's get him. Let's move. Second form. Game. I'm up. 1, 2. Let's move. Second form. Game. Now's our chance. Gotcha. Sure thing. Let's move. Ha! I'm up. Sorry, that's it for you.
Oval over here slaughtering those palms. This is a pretty big highway, actually. Heard rumors you can predict plot twists in media up till 2033. Oh, yeah. The, giant mecha anime wars with, Japan and South Africa kind of makes it really difficult to predict anything beyond that, Mr. J.
Now's our chance. Let's. My turn. Burn to ash. Fall. Now. Gotcha.
Oh, did I ruin the plot twist? Oh, no.
Sure thing.
I wasn't supposed to tell you that. They told me not to tell anybody.
1, 2. My turn. Ready to go. My turn. Ha! Sure thing. Sorry, that's it for you.
That's okay. Once South Africa has its,
Chest. I wonder what's inside.
once South Africa wins the war and has its rights as a, sovereign continent all its own, once it splits off, has to use the extra mech technology to split off from the continent and become an island. I'm sure they'll let me talk more about it once that happens. I feel like it wouldn't have given me Earth Lance if it didn't want me to use it for some reason. feel like it's going to want me to use Earthlands. And be like, hey, this thing's weak to Earth. Did you put on that thing? Really do that.
Let's get him. Let's move. Burn to ash. Fall.
I mean, Mr. J, after all the constant memeing about California breaking off from the United States and just like going out there and being an island all of its own, how would we know that we could have that possible? Have a man-made solution to that, and that South Africa, of all people, would use it.
Ready to go.
And that would only be possible through the power of giant mechs.
Sure thing.
Too bad about Japan, though.
What's that?
They had a good thing going. People are gonna watch this VOD without the chat, and they're gonna be so confused. So very confused. Can't believe what I'm seeing. Looks like they've set up a checkpoint. Yeah, I believe what I'm seeing, Rain. I'm seeing that this was not a good idea. Look! They're even guarding it with the mechs! You had to know it was a bad idea to go this direction. They've got those things stationed at checkpoints. Did my work now that you mentioned it. Which work was that? Was it good work? Now you gotta be kidding me. Hold on just a second. So, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, if Trista is really on the other end of this highway, and Keldic is right there, why did they need to take a train? I gather that in-game walking distance is different from real-life walking distance. But, like, I feel like they probably could have gotten there on foot pretty quickly.
Second form. Damn. Now's our chance. Gotcha.
Oh,
Sure thing.
yeah.
You're off balance. Got you.
Looks like the key right now at this point of the game is to abuse Toval's physical crafts, which is really weird because they have him set up as a caster.
I'm up.
But it seems like he's stronger when you abuse the seal and that balance down. Have you read or know about the Cornelia books? Very vaguely, and I don't remember much about it because I know stuff from the Sky games. I didn't read any of the ones in this game, though that does remind me,
Ready to go.
after this fight, you did remind me of something that I bought.
Balance. Got you. My turn. Sit. Ready to go. Now. Got you. You nailed it.
I was gonna read this. Can I not read it? Why can't I read it? Does it show up in here? Oh, okay. That's weird. The Vermilion capital of Heimdall has been in a state of chaos since the late Chancellor's arrest, but that appears to be coming to a close due in full to the tireless efforts of the Noble Alliance. Did I buy an in real life TO plushie? No, I did not, sadly. I probably should have. Did they make, you know those little pop things? I think that's what, Funko? Is that it? Did they make one of those for TO? Did they make one of those for any of the Kiseki games. I'm sure they have to have at least made some for Sky or Cold Steel, but PO might be a stretch. Anyway, the Alliance has officially announced its hasty defeat over the rebels lurking within the city's bounds, as well as declared that the elements in the former Imperial Army who plotted the rebellion have been all but stamped out. As a result, martial law in the city has finally been lifted, with Noble Alliance Supreme Commander Duke Cayenne confidently stating the capital's safety is now assured. That one of the pillars of the Empire's security would start a rebellion to begin with has been a shock to the nation as a whole, and a heavy sense of dread grows among the citizens. This situation is not without its positives, however, as the Alliance forces have valiantly sworn to continue safeguarding the city. Upon reaching out for comment, they claim their actions were merely a part of one's duty. One can only hope that placing our trust in these brave men and women will mark a turning point in returning peace to our great nation. But what of the rebels? It is certain that the rebels responsible for organizing the uprising have far more allies than is currently known, and the Noble Alliance is working day and night to both find and apprehend all those who had any involvement with this unconscionable act of treason. It is also suspected that the recent assassination of former Chancellor Gileath Osborne may have been the work of the rebels as well. A reliable source told us, "While our investigation is still underway, we believe there's far more to this than initially anticipated. As it stands, a number of the Army's armored divisions are continuing to act in a manner truly unfit for citizens of the Empire, frequently instigating conflict against Alliance forces stationed across the country. The same thoughts are no doubt running through the minds of every Erebonian citizen. What would possibly inspire such clear acts of betrayal towards His Majesty? At what point will the guilty parties come forward and surrender? We of the Imperial Chronicles say, only time will tell." If no one mentioned, a lot of info about Tovil is through the Cornelia, loosely based on a true in-game story. That's Cornelia's the story about Commander Selnet, right? Do I smell something? Oh, it's the smell of propaganda. Totally not biased. Not in the slightest. It's not like the Noble Alliance is literally on the newspaper's doorstep telling them what they can write. In light of recent events, the Imperial family is expected to remain inside Valflame Palace in comfort. The Imperial Household Agency has reassured the public that this move is only for security reasons, but those close to the family have expressed concerns, speculating the true reason to be that they may be deeply distressed by the current chaotic state of the nation. At least one member of the Noble Alliance has reached out to us to further clarify the Imperial family's position, relaying His Majesty's instructions to do what must be done for the sake of the Empire. As of this publication, the only member of the Imperial family unaccounted for is His Highness Prince Oliver. Fearing for his safety, the Noble Alliance has assured it is leaving no stone unturned in its efforts to locate him. The new weapons being developed to ensure the safety of the Rebellion capital, now known as Panzersoldats, were formally unveiled in a private press event. Standing at 7 ards tall, the man behemoths were immediately met with an overwhelmingly positive reception, being welcomed both as symbols of strength and as a perfect weapon for keeping Araponia's people protected. That's why you airdropped them into the capital and started blowing tanks up, right, guys? Some have referred to the Soldats as Knights of Justice, and indeed, the memory of them fighting battle after battle to prevent the rebels' uprising is still fresh in our minds. The Noble Alliance is planning to station them throughout the Empire to aid in the fight against enemy forces. The Kreutzen province may be the first to fully eradicate all rebellion elements, if a recent announcement is any indication. While some battles are still ongoing within the province's borders, their end seems to only be a matter of time. A source connected to the forces confided that he hopes His Majesty will be proud of our work, further expressing how his men were wholly dedicated to the elimination of the rebels in the region. Regrettably, a large number of villages and towns have been caught up in the conflict, giving us one more reason to pray this war comes to an end as soon as possible. A large number of persons believed to have some connection to the rebellion are wanted, including members of the Railway Military Police, officers in other parts of the Imperial Army, politicians in the former Reformist faction, and even a small number of students. For the good of our nation's dignity, citizens with any information at all that could lead to their capture are urged to come forward and inform a member of the Noble Alliance forces or their local provincial army as soon as possible. This is legit, very well-made fake propaganda, like kudos to Falcon. That's why I bought it. When I saw what this was, I'm like, Dude, this has got to be complete garbage. About Toval slash Toby. Is that like a nickname, or is it like its Japanese name or something? Doing a mission in his chance encounter with Ein Cellnate, which changed his life. The pawn shop guy Mick is the author. Oh, okay. I mean, Mick is very well informed.
Let's get him. Let's move. Second form. Damn. Sure thing. Sure thing. They're off balance. Got you. Let's move. Ha! Now! Gotcha. Ready to go. Activate. That's that. Great.
Green gain a level.
Now's our chance. Let's get ready to go. 1, 2. Here I go. Sit. Let's move. Ha! Ready to go.
Some of the collectible books introduce future characters. Oh.
My turn. Sit. Now. Gotcha. Ready to go.
Oh, damn it. Come on.
Here I go. Ha!
Are you serious?
Sure thing.
Is this the final boss? Is this Bug Ouroboros?
Activate. Here you go.
Get out of here.
Sorry, that's it for you.
Doesn't look very occupied. Never mind, I see the Provincial Army guys over there. And the tanks. Yeah, I get the feeling we're gonna end up standing out too much. Random house. Questing the household. Oh hey. Oh. Why did it have to be her? Everybody wants to fly around in giant mechas.
This is the Grand Market, huh? Pretty lively.
Not as lively as it was, though.
Yeah, this ain't the market I know.
Well, anyway. Cooking recipes do I have? What's this? A lot of empty stalls. Wow. Like weird things to be selling. I do know these can be parts of collections, so want to buy one of each. You can have the Arts one as a string. Supreme latte. $5% crit, huh? I'll talk to the shopkeep. Okay, whatever. Oh my lord, drunkards. Is this where I get in a fight to protect the fair maiden and then I end up getting thrown in jail? Okay then. Yeah, Reen's not silver tongue like Toval. He looks familiar. Yeah. That's because when she gets out of that little nun outfit, she's actually, like, you know, pretty good looking. Reen wanted to hit that. Reen was about to hook up with her in that first game. The adventure with his cat. Phoenix. Yes. Phoenix. Green is also underage. Or he was. I don't know if he still is. I don't think he still is. I think it's been like over a year, right? Isn't he like 18, 19 now? I don't remember. He's still 17 despite the fact that a full year has passed in game. Yeah, I like how Rain's resolution to that would have just been sword. So you know what we have to do. The points. Toval's cool guy. He cool bracer. 11 points. Yeah, Rain's 18. No none touching, Rain. No none touching. Oh, wow, I got a random recipe. He's 15? That doesn't track. They're in the same class. They're in the same class year. Why would they be 3 years apart? Oh, Fee. Fee is 15. Well, they're still in the same class. I don't understand why they have such an age gap. Who's gonna have to catch you? One bug in my pocket too many. Everybody meet your protagonist for 7 games from now. It's these 3. Seven games from now, I'll be dead before they're translated. You're probably right. Well, at least you get to meet the protagonists. Just don't put any bugs in her pocket. They still haven't repaired the park entrance where we broke it before? I feel like I could use Crest. This is a mechanics thing, so it's not a spoiler. Is there a trade shop here in this town? The town with a giant market. I can't remove weapons and just have him fight unarmed. That's kind of silly. 'Cause I could probably afford this if I could sell something. I could sell the poison, 750? That's pretty good for that. Yeah, I should do that. Be odd if there wasn't. I'll be real, I got no idea. Hell, I'm playing heat-seeking missiles with the side of Witch for this PoE season. I thought you said you were playing Ark. I'll be honest, I started to stream something different today. I started to either not stream or stream a different game, and it probably would have been Path of Exile. But I decided against it. Look around. I've already looked around. I've checked all the shops that were over there. No, I didn't check the... There's one shop I didn't check. It was the one that the guards were in front of. I did have a reason for asking. No, this is a food shop. Wow, okay. 9,000 health and a bunch of buffs. That'd be great. Love heat-seeking minions. Seeking minions? What? Honey syrup and fresh herb. You can get honey syrup from this. Where's fresh herb? I like fresh herb.
Okay, I'll take a crack at it. Looking good and done.
It's Millis juice. Poison, blind, burn, and a bunch of health. Nice. Very nice. I don't see a trade shop. Make food and sell it. How much does the food sell for? Doesn't sell for very much. That doesn't even sell for the ingredients. Why would I do that? Okay. Go to the end. Oh. Yeah, maybe don't say that so loud, Miss Innkeep. But doing something crazy is exactly what we should be doing. We have a giant robot, I mean... Why can't we just wait for him to get enough mana and then ask Valimar exactly where they are around here? And they nerfed it. Oh, well, why wouldn't they? It sounds stupid. They're fighting at the Twin Dragon Bridge. Shut up, Kafka. I'm not checking the DLC. Wait for the final chapter. I'll check it then. Do I even have DLC for this? I didn't buy it in like a package or anything. I don't know if I even have any DLC. Oh, little kid. What a peddler. You're a master peddler. It's a good thing I already read the first issue of this. Okay. Guess we're forced to read it. The Alliance's work to eliminate rebellious elements all over the country is proceeding smoothly. Very smoothly, in fact, with the latest official announcement reporting that 60% of the country is now under their control. I went to interview some of the soldiers on the ground in the Western Front about the ongoing battles. Standing in their base, it was easy to feel overwhelmed by the sight of countless soldats and state-of-the-art military airships lined up. I'd heard much about how superior the Noble Alliance forces were to the rebels in terms of the quality and amount of weaponry and vehicles they have. But seeing them all in person, I finally understood that all I'd heard was completely true. The commanding officer I spoke to had inspiring words about the war itself as well. The armored divisions of the former Imperial Army may have been elite, but they no longer have a good cause to fight for. Now they're simply a disorganized rabble. Furthermore, the beloved General Aurelia Le Guin, I don't know, and Brigadier General Wallace Bardius are both heroically fighting on the front lines with their armies at their side. Needless to say, morale is astonishingly high. We, however, do have a good cause to fight for, and because of that, the commanding officer continued, there is absolutely no chance we will be defeated. Fake news. No kidding, dude. The Alliance forces seem to have every intention of following through on their mission to wipe out the rebels. With most of their numbers already defeated, the former Imperial Army soldiers remaining have spread throughout the land and in many areas are working with other rebels to worsen public order. I think I speak for everyone in saying that the complete elimination of such soldiers can't come soon enough. The former governor of Heimdall, Karl Regnitz, has already been apprehended on suspicion of treason, but he has now been arrested as a result of increasing evidence proving his guilt. His arrest means that now over 40 members of the imperial government have been placed under arrest on charges of treason. Even the person leading the investigation was unable to hide his surprise at just how many rebels had been participating in government affairs unnoticed all this time. With more and more members of the reformist faction being found to be guilty of similar charges, we wouldn't be surprised if he had plenty more to arrest in the days to come. So, I know this is propaganda, but do you really expect the general public to believe that the entire government was committing treason? Is it even treason at that point if it's the whole damn government? I think you guys need to revisit the definition of treason, don't you? Who are they committing treason against? Themselves? The Army's press office has words of caution in light of the alarming number of demonstrations and false reports spreading across the Empire of late. In their latest statement, they warned, supporting the former Imperial Army or sympathizing with their actions both constitute as treason. The best thing to do for now is ignore such degenerates. We sincerely trust that all of our readers will take heed of this advice and not pay attention to groundless rumors. Yeah, don't pay attention to this newspaper. Rail and air travel have gradually begun to resume as a result of the Noble Alliance's actions. However, the number of trains and airships in operation remain limited, and major inspections are being conducted at key stations in the interest of security. Passengers wishing to travel should expect delays. There is always the possibility that public transport will be halted again depending on future developments. Citizens who have peerages will have priority when purchasing tickets, allowing them to travel more easily, where certain members of the nobility will enjoy making use of this well-deserved service. Ugh. Remember, Spice Duke is a fucking moron who lives in Cuckoo World. No kidding. Even Machias' dad has been arrested. All of a sudden, the Imperial Army and all the high-ranking reformists are traitors, huh? The Imperial Chronicle's not even trying to be impartial. The Alliance has complete control over it. Duh. The man is behind all of this, so of course his propaganda is based on his cuckoo worldview where he thinks people will just believe him. Well, a lot of them will. That's the problem with propaganda. That's the reason propaganda is so effective and why it's used so widely, even in reality. Because in most cases, people will just believe him. There will be enough people that believe him that it'll be worth his time. Is something stuck on the last page? Coordinates. Of the Eastern Highway. There's all the random numbers and symbols on it. More stuff written on the back. What? The one who takes the queen holds the key to the king. It's Machias. Him and his chess shit. does resemble Phantom Thief B's usual weirdness, except nothing's been stolen this time, so I doubt it's him. Symbols in the layout of the map reminds me of chess. What do you think? Does look like a chessboard. Yeah, there's a pawn, a knight, a rook, and a bishop. That's what those movements are. Assume these colored letters each represent a different chess piece, in which case the white Q must represent the queen, and there's the black B and P representing the bishop and pawn. All you need to know is that he's onto something. Assuming your theory is right, and solving the message written on the other side shouldn't be too hard. And drawn map. Look at the front of it again. Why does it say Force is new? I unequipped it. Pawn. And I see all the different pieces. There's a pawn, a knight, a bishop, a rook, and then there's the queen. Maybe the queen is Elisa, given the canon nature of things here. All he sells is this. All right then. I skipped it. Skipped what, Kefka?
Okay, let's get looking.
I've got the map handy if we need to look up anything.
Okay, so I believe the best course of action here would be to go in order, right? Let's start with the pawn. Let's check where the pawn is. Oh, shit. Pick him up. You skipped the paper? How do you skip the paper? It was forced. It was a scripted thing.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Here I go.
Wait. Yeah.
Burn to ash. Fall. Now. Gotcha. You're done.
I'm up. I'm up.
Ah!
Let's move. Sit. Now. Gotcha.
You didn't read it?
You're done.
You and you're not reading. What's wrong with you, dude?
You nailed it, Reen.
This is RPG. You gotta read things.
Now's our chance.
Ah.
Let's get him.
I stepped forward into it too far.
Sure thing.
That's okay, it's about to get destroyed.
My turn. Sit.
Sure thing. That's that.
Okay, can only single advantage him.
Sure thing.
Oh. Seal definitely works. Seal works all day.
1, 2. Now.
All right. Let's get him. Understood. My turn.
Burn works on it. And Feint. Not that Feint really matters unless it can cast.
Fall.
Oh, it can cast. Uh-oh. That's not good. Holy crap. What about delay? Does delay work on it? Halfway. Yeah. Ah!
Let's move. I'm up. 1, 2.
Not sure I want it to cast again, but
Got you.
it's not gonna have a chance.
You nailed it, Reen.
I like that the big monsters blow
Oh,
up like that
chest. I
now.
wonder what's inside.
What you got? Silver earring. That's poison. See a chest over there. Oh, what the? Come on, dude. Really? What is this?
Here I go.
Call Captain Quick Draw out here.
Let's get my turn. Second form. Gale. Now's our chance. Gotcha. You're done.
No more tomato.
I'm up. You're off balance. Got you. I'm up.
Oh, come on.
My
I need to put a hit gem on both of these guys. Come on, what is this?
I'm up. You're off balance. Got you.
You na-
Alright, I think, yeah, the pawn's over here.
Sit.
Oh, yeah.
Sit.
Sure thing.
Oh, come on, what is... Doing?
Let's get him. Here I go. Sit.
Oh my god.
Ready to go.
Here I go. Sit.
Sure thing.
Let's move.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Two U material. Nice. It's locked. Focus on figuring out that map. I am figuring out that map. This is where the pawn was. Alright, let's look at it again. Yeah, this is where the pawn was. Okay. Go to another one. I mean, the queen should be right there, according to the map. Start from the bottom then.
Now's our chance. Here I go. Yeah. I'm up.
Try this.
Fire.
Ah,
Let's move. Second form. Gale. Now's our chance. Gotcha. I'm up. Here I go.
Okay, it's safe for now.
obtained old key. One who takes the queen referred to the bishop in position to take the queen. Location of the bishop symbol on the map corresponds to right here. It says key to the king. It doesn't mention where the king is. Another note. Okay, I see. I had to pay attention to where their positions were. The king lurks within his fortress. Take him and your path shall be clear. Or chess shenanigans. The rook is the only one in position to take the king.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Oh, does it, Reen? Thanks for telling me. I wouldn't have noticed. Catch some crabs.
Not bad.
Crabs.
Caught one. Not bad.
Okay. This windmill here with that locked door is where the rook was. Even looked kind of like a rook. One inside. One responsible for the riddles is inside. There's someone inside. Yeah, it's pretty clear who it is. I mean, who's the only one that cared about
There you
chess?
are.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this.
I knew it.
It's freaking Machias, and he's got all kinds of tech shit going on. What in the world? Machias, are you a scientist now?
I knew you'd be able to solve my riddle. If anyone could, it's you. And, you look well, Reen.
Oh, yeah? Bro hug.
Reen, take it easy there.
Big bro hug. Is Machias a bro now?
I'm so glad you're all right. When we parted that day, I honestly thought I would never get to see you again.
Come on, Reen. You haven't changed a bit. None of us had any intention of losing our lives in that battle. You knew that was true too, right? That's why you're here now, trying to find us.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Honestly,
Legend of Heroes
wasn't
Japanese
sure if you were
mobile
trying
port to
hug me or
PS4 is
hold me
addicting.
down at first.
Wait, what? What are you talking about, Ichigo? Also, hi.
But I couldn't be more happy to see you again. Thanks for never giving up on us.
I think the tearful reunion's gone on long enough now.
Celine? Still a talking cat, I see.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I remember you. You're a bracer, if I recall correctly.
Oh, the Akatsuki no Kiseki?
Yeah, that's right. They've been helping me out for quite a
Just
while.
remember, Reen didn't hug his mom, but he can hug Machias. Machias is a true bro, I guess. I like how Machias has chess pieces on his jacket. That's a nice touch. His mom hugged him. Phoenix, be honest. If your mom hugs you and then you go to leave, like, a minute later, do you hug her again? Most people wouldn't.
Good memory. We never really talked much when we met on the Courageous, did we? Name's Toval. Toval Rondenor.
Yeah, Ichigo's Akatsuki no Kiseki.
Mind filling us in on what you've been up to all this time? We'll tell you about what's been happening on our end, too.
Huh. Viscount Arcade. Oh, okay. He saved the day. Gave you a 3-star Richard as your first pull. Hang on. That's for you, Ichigo. Received a report from a reliable source in town that someone resembling Reen had been spotted. Marcus, you know that's a bad thing, right? If your lead recognized him, don't you think somebody else may have recognized him? Farther east along the border with Crossbell. Go to the remains of Gorelia. Well, alright. Damage received down when HP is high. Oh, that's so much better than it used to be. He's got his needle shooting crest. He's got one of those doohickeys like the dude in Ow did. From Richard's little camp. Oh, suppose it's important for me to do this too. Given the situation. Alright.
Sure thing. Let's move. Right. Take this. Ha!
Yeah, there we go.
Now's our chance. Ready to go.
How'd they get
Here we
linked?
go. Ha!
I don't remember changing their links.
Right.
Still got the same stuff.
Take this.
That takes care of them. It's good to be able to travel with you like this again.
Yeah, I've missed you, Marcus.
Wonder why all the people from the farm over here are huddled together like this. Oh, it's a chicken. Oh, that was random. Nah, I'm probably not reading that. Only problem I have with the Koski is I can't figure out how to evolve. I know I need a Michi, but unsure what else I need. Yeah, being in another language makes things a little bit difficult. Oh, shit.
We need to regroup.
That thing was actually faster than I expected it to be. Well, let's do this then.
Hope you're ready.
What the hell? He pulls out a freaking giant rifle? Or rocket launcher, I guess.
Here I go.
Did that death blow? How did that death blow?
I'm up. 1, 2.
Oh, come on, Toval.
My turn. I'm up. Right. Take.
All right, let's keep moving.
Random ailment 100%. Oh, so it picked randomly to do death blow. Nice.
Take this. Take this. Now's our chance. Here I go.
You don't like Toval, Kefka? You don't like a lot of people. How do you like this game when there's so many characters you don't like?
You're mine. Sure thing. Try this. Fire.
Sorry, that's it for
Like
you.
it's a status effect monster? Makes you say that, besides the ultimate shot. Lowered defense. Heal. Oh, they nerfed this. This is only 15% EP now. It was 25. Petrify 30% and accelerate. Yeah, I imagine the game would be real good if you could figure out what you were doing. Oh yeah, perfect disguise. Nobody will recognize him now. Yeah, Ichigo, anything with AT advance is gonna be busted. Like, in the first game when he got that, I thought to myself, wow, this is gonna be really good, and I'm just like, but nothing else about Marcus is really good, so I'd just be using him for that alone. How's your vision, though? Less than ideal. Warn you if you're about to walk into any lampposts. Oh, I didn't check his orbment. None of his slots are upgraded. The He also needs some actual quartz to begin with. I should at least get the earth slot and the... Yeah, I'll get those slots down. How many quartz does he need? I know Toval needs another wind. He needs 4 of any. You really? Yeah, I may as well leave it on him. Toval needs a wind. Give Toval evade. Action 1 would be good. Back 1 would be good. What's he currently using in his earth slots? Skill Breaker Defense 1. They made Defense 1 better. That's 25 defense now. So he needs 2 more generic. Why is Freeze so high? Wow. I guess Freeze is pretty busted. I'm gonna take one. Never know when that'll come in handy. I don't really know how much he needs the EP1. I don't think he needs the EP boost that much. I'll get a Luminous Ray for that slot so he can cast with it. Fortuna might be good for him to have too. Seems good. Good starter setup there. Mega lift. Increases XP earned. Let's give it a shitload of defense though. My kids can see S1's broken. I didn't see it. I never saw how broken it was. Only minus 20 for Duke Cayenne. Would have thought the feather jacket would have been at least minus 1,000. The feather jacket looks cool, actually, for a villain. Like, it looks fitting for a villain, especially in nobility. As I mentioned before, you may not have been here for, the ratings for villains and antagonists are not a rating for how much I like them, but instead are a rating for how well they're doing their job as a villain. So I think the way Duke Cayenne is handling his whole villainy is kind of poor. I explained it a little better yesterday, but he's doing too much of the generic expected thing from somebody who would be in that situation. There's not enough intrigue. Meanwhile, Vita is just off the wall. No, negatives is not better for villains. It's still the same way. It's just their rating is not how much I like them. It's how well they're doing a villain's job. Negative is bad. Oh, quests. Yeah, monster kill. I'm getting paid for this? Okay. Running low on an herb I use to make medicine. Okay. They had to find a way to fix some quests in here. I have to say, I'm not a fan of how willing you are to take on more work. Mm-hmm.